will this machine work? I don't know how. It just works. There's a lot of things you don't need to know how. Just work them. Some people are always studying the roots. Others are picking the fruit. I mean, it depends on what end of it you want in on. Asking is the beginning of receiving, so start the process.
So guys, how are we? Good evening. Happy Sunday. Thank you so much for joining. It's great to have you here. So Amy, Charlie, Emma, feel good, whoever you are. Sorry, I can't see you. Galaxy, Jeanette, Karen, Lisa, Rachel and Steve. Hi, how are you doing? It's so good to see you all on here. Thank you for joining. Oh, it's Louisa. Hi, darling. How are you? Nice to see you. I see your names feel good. I was like, who is that? So it's so good to see everybody. Thank you so much for joining. So we've got a really good call for you guys tonight. Ames and I have just decided to go back to basics because obviously we're at the start of a new month and we want to just give you the basics of what, if you're short of time and you really want to get the maximum benefit of the time that you've got, what to be doing in that time. So just before we get started, as usual, please go and post your win of the week into the chat and we can give you some shout outs. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to do a few little shout outs as well. Ames, do you want to just say hello?
Hello, everybody. Yeah, let's get putting your wins of the week in the chat so that we can give you your shout outs. This could be absolutely anything in business, in life, personally, confidence, like any action you've taken, anything you're proud of. So go and pop in there your wins of the week so we can give you a shout out. And yeah, like Millie said, we've got a whole month ahead of us. We're really excited. You know, February is gone, it's done. So really focus forward now on a new month and, you know, make sure you're super clear on what your goals are for this month, what you want to achieve. I know that a few of my girls are going for senior partner. So just getting very, very clear on what position, what you aim for this month, how many new customers, how many new team. So for example, for my girls that are going for senior partner, getting very clear, okay, so how many points do you need? So senior partner is still reduced at the moment on 2,000 points. So this is amazing. It's a great opportunity. Like we need to be grabbing all of these opportunities that's available to us right now. The £1 sign up reduced. I'm just going on a thing, Millie. So I'm going to keep going.
Keep going. I just need to close the door.
Yeah, the £1 sign up, the reduced, obviously, requirement to get to senior partner. So just making the most of all of these incredible things that we have right now in our business is so, so, so important. So getting very clear on what it is that you want to achieve this month, you know, because if you don't have a vision, if you don't know where you're going, it's like putting, you know, you're driving in your car. If you don't put a destination in on the sat nav on where you're going, you're just going to drive around. But if you actually put a destination in on your sat nav, it's going to take you on the fastest route to get there. So when you have a vision, when you know where you're going, when you know what you want to achieve, you're going to get there a lot quicker because you've actually got something that's actually pulling you forwards. So actually, you know, why are you doing this business? What do you want to achieve? Even if it's, you know, an extra £100 a month, what's that going to mean for you? Why do you want to earn that £100? Why do you want to get to senior partner? What is getting that senior partner bonus going to mean to you? What are you going to use that for? You know, what is that going to do for you in your life? So getting very clear. And then, you know, for those of my girls that are going for senior partner, I've said to them, so, you know, how is your DMO looking like? What's your daily method of operation? What actions are you going to take to get to, you know, those 2,000 points to get to senior partner? You can obviously break down those 2,000 points by 4 to get your weekly goal for the month of March. You can then even divide it by 7 to then get your daily goal after that. And so, yeah, but then it's about actually falling in love with the activity and the actions and actually what are you going to do to get there? Because it's very important that we become very action focused and activity driven because, you know, in this business, you don't always get the results and the results don't always come like straight away. You know, you might need to be putting the action in and then it's a bit like a delayed kind of response. So you get the results, but it's not always instant. It's like a delayed gratification. So you've got to fall in love with the activity of doing your DMO, you know, doing your affirmations in the morning and your gratitudes and your personal development, doing your adding and your messaging and your posting and your stories and those things that we're going to talk you through tonight. Fall in love with that. Fall in love with getting no's. Fall in love with getting ignored. Fall in love with getting outside your comfort zone because when you fall in love with the process, like the results will come. So, yeah, so definitely just getting super clear on what it is that you want to achieve this month and what actions are you going to do to get there. So, you know, are you going to message a certain amount of people a day about the business? At the end of February, we had an amazing 1 to 100 challenge where we messaged 10 people a day in the last 10 days of the month. offering them the business, and we wrote down like 1 to 100. I've got my book here. So for those of you that did this was an amazing challenge, and I've continued it as well on to start of February as well. So how many, are you going to message, is it that you're going to message a certain amount of people a day about the business? Are you going to do more reels? Are you going to commit yourself to a reel every day? Are you going to do a Facebook Live like 3 times a week? Are you going to like do more polls, post results, post testimonials? Like, you're going to go talking on your stories, talking about the capsules and the products and why you love them. Why have you started this journey? Like, especially for those of you that has just started, talking about why you've decided to join, and actually getting on your stories and even doing a Facebook Live. Scary, I know, but start with even just talking on your stories or a little selfie, why you've decided to start this journey. So yeah, that's a little rant there. So we'll do some wins of the week. Lily, is there anything that you want to add in there?
I mean, I think you covered so many good points there, Ames. And I think as well, just get really clear with what you can do with your time, depending on some of us have got more time than others. So really think about what time that you've got, but don't overwhelm yourself. Do what you can with the time that you've got. And remember, it's about taking the action rather than thinking about what you need to do. Like Jim Rohn just said on that video, it's not about learning a lot of information. It's about actually taking messy action. So if you've got an hour, just go and speak to people. I've got this thing. It's amazing. Do you want to come and listen about it? And you can literally be as simple as that. And they'll be like, well, what is it? Well, come and listen and be one of my 7. So I love that, Amy, on Friday. Can you just tell everybody what you said? Because that was just golden.
Or the come and be one of my 7.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, because with Jim Rohn, it's really important to listen to Jim Rohn and his audio book, Building Your Network Marketing Business by Jim Rohn. It's on YouTube as well. And yeah, Millie gave this to me right at the start of my journey, and I listened to it. I literally just stopped listening to the radio because I thought the radio is not going to build my business. I need to listen to Jim Rohn. So on all my little journeys, back to the yard, back to DJ's house, I would always be listening to Jim Rohn, and even I'd have headphones in as well whilst I was, because obviously when I first started this business, I was working with horses, so I would have headphones in whilst I was mucking out and things like that. And obviously now, still to this day, I still listen to audiobooks whilst I'm driving around. I'm at the gym, I'm listening to audiobooks, I'm walking Pascal, I always got my headphones in listening to things. So, it's no extra time. So it's really important that you're actually feeding your mind with things that's actually going to help you grow. So yeah, Jim Rohn's amazing. So he talks about, you speak to 10, you get 1, you speak to 10, you get 1, you speak to 10, you get 2. And finally, you speak to 10, you get 3. And that's when you're really good. And I was literally saying this to one of my girls yesterday. I had a call with her, and she said that she was doing the 1 to 100 challenge at the end of last month. And what she found was 3 people out of 10 she was getting a reply from. So I was like, oh my God, that's amazing, because you're at getting 3 out of 10 is actually the best you're ever going to get. That's what Jim Rohn says, isn't it, Millie? It's like your bat. It's like if you listen to it. So I would definitely go and listen to it. I think we're going to give that as a task. He talks about it being your batting average, and there's world class people in baseball, and they're the top, the best people in baseball hit 3 out of 10 balls, and they make $1 million. I don't know. I can't remember what it was. A lot of money a year, and these are the top baseball players. So you're never, ever, ever going to get 10 out of 10. And so the sooner you realise that actually you're not ever going to get 10 out of 10, the best you're ever going to get is 3 out of 10, and that's even when you're really good. So if you talk to people and say, I'm getting sort of 3 out of 10 people will join. Will you just come and be one of my 7? Just come and fill up the space. Come and be one of my 7. Be a bum on a seat, or just be, come jump on the call or listen to this recording. Will you just come and be one of my 7? Because it doesn't matter to me whether you buy or join. Just come and be one of my 7. It might matter to you if you buy or join, but it doesn't matter to me, because I'm just here to share the opportunity, and it's up to them obviously to make that decision. So yeah, does that help answer, Millie?
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. I just think it's really important to realise that you're going to get no's. I can remember there was a stretch for me. I think it must have been I think it was before 2020, before it went crazy in lockdown. But there was literally 6 months where I just wasn't getting yeses. And then all of a sudden I got this influx of yeses. So there's going to be times where you get like a lot of no's. And that's when you really have to go and work on yourself. Like, never think that it doesn't work. You have to change your approach. Like, if something's not working, you've just got to change the way that you're doing it. You've got to find what works. It doesn't mean that the business don't work. It just means that what you're saying, perhaps maybe you're using the wrong words, maybe that you're, cutting off a conversation before somebody's ready to say yes. Because I think sometimes as well, when people say no, a lot of the time people go, oh, okay, when actually you can just say, okay, maybe it's not right for you now, but just keep us in mind. Or what I always love to ask when people say no is, I'm just curious, like, why is it not for you? And they'll say something like, oh, well, I don't want to do pyramid selling. And then you can be like, well, I'm just really pleased to tell you that this isn't pyramid selling. I used to think that too, but then I learned that actually we are a really, modern type of business, and tell them about what Juice Plus is. And then you can say to them, was there anything else that was stopping you from getting started? And they'll go, oh no. And I'll be like, well, do you want me to send you the link? And they're like, oh yeah, okay. And so you just literally like handle those objections. So that's something that we have to get good at, is asking questions and not taking no for an answer. So absolutely love that, Ames. Thank you so much. Let's have a look at these wins. So if you're just joining, please make sure that you put your wins for the week so we can give you some shout outs. So Karen says, spending 2 hours with my new teamie on Friday, showing her the virtual office. Love that. So nice actually being face to face and being able to actually be with people again, isn't it? So love that, Karen. Well done. It's really good to hear that you're spending time with people off screen. Love that. Congratulations, Emma, for getting through your first week of your new job. Absolutely amazing. Must be so nice to actually sleep through the night now. So loving that. Yes, so good. So proud of you. And just a massive shout out as well. Like, you're always so active in the group. We love you so much. Thank you for all of your efforts and your posting. You're great. We really love you. Yeah, thank you so much. Back to you. Lisa says, finally got past my fear of taking the capsules. That's amazing. Some people find that the capsules are a bit scary to take. I've got a girl as well that's just signed up for the capsules who didn't want to take them, so I sent her a little sample. It took her a few weeks, but she managed to do it, so it's all in good time. So that's amazing. So really well done, lovely. Absolutely love that. And don't forget as well, like, you can actually empty them into your shakes as well. So if you don't want to take them, you can pop them into your shakes, and like, even still, you can have the chewables as well, if you do actually find that it's not something you want to do. So love that. That's amazing. Well done. Karen says she's aiming for SP. It's your month. I just know it. Like, you've been working so hard, and I know that you're going to get there, Karen. You're amazing. So love that goal. Rachel says, winning all 4 of my dressage classes. I've also done my first post. So excited to get started posting and sharing my journey. I love that. Congratulations on winning all your classes. Woo-hoo, that's amazing. Do you know what? Dressage is, I'm a rider as well, but not professionally. I just done it for, just for fun as a kid and through my adult life. But I've always thought that dressage is just the most beautiful thing. I think it's incredible. So I'll have to come. Have you got any videos on your page? If you have to give me a tag, because I'd love to have a look. I just think it's wonderful. So thank you for sharing, and really well done for sharing your first post.
I'll share you one.
Yeah, I would love that. Thank you so much. Charlie says, wins. Got a few people speaking about the products with me. They haven't said yes yet, but they will at some point, I think. Absolutely. And that is the mindset to have. Just because they haven't said yes yet, it doesn't mean they're not going to. You just got to keep drip feeding. What I like to do is just go back to their profile, love and comment. Don't always speak to them about Juice Plus. Build that relationship with them, which we're going to talk about a little bit later. And I love that your goal, Charlie, is to get to Partner Plus. You absolutely can. Like, just keep focused, write down what you want, get that goal like specified to yourself, and then just go out there and speak to people. I promise you'll get that done. My husband and my mum will be my first customers this month, and that's hopefully halfway there. Absolutely. So that's a great start to the month, Charlie. How exciting. Absolutely love that. So Ames, I'd love to know what your win of the week is. Do you want to share?
Oh my God, I don't think I can even pick one. I feel like probably my win of the week would probably be like speaking on the PJ call with John on Friday. Like, I just loved it. I was a little bit nervous, definitely, before. But yeah, I loved it. And just reflecting on obviously the 10 years, and just thank you to like Millie and everyone, and John, just everyone's just made me feel really special and really valued. And I think that's what we all love so much about this business, is feeling valued and appreciated, and that's really important. So I've definitely felt that, and I'm just so excited for the future. Millie, what about you?
Oh, I feel really emotional about this, actually. I want you to imagine this. So imagine you're sitting there and you've got someone on your team that is being hosted, like they're being the person that is on the Friday night call. They're the one, they're being interviewed because they're such a superstar and they've been in the business for 10 years. Like, I was sitting there and I was just like, I cannot believe that this girl is in my team. Like, my win of the week is you, Amy. Like, you're amazing. And I honestly, I know I said it last week. I was sitting there and I was like, you blow me away. Like, you really do. And I'm endlessly grateful for you and everything you've done. And so that was my win. My win was just being able to say that, you know, this is somebody that I'm privileged to have as a part of, you know, my downline. So just a massive thank you to you and everybody. Like, yeah, it makes me really emotional because of, you know, everything that you've been able to help me have in my life. So yeah, just hearing you speak on that call was it. I honestly, it made me speechless. Like, the way that you've grown, the stuff that you were sharing. Like, guys, if you've not watched that call, you've got to go and watch it. It was honestly, and I'm not saying it because Ames is in the team, but it was literally one of the best calls that I've ever heard. It was, the stuff that you were delivering, Amy, is just, it's next level. It really is. And like, you know, there is so much excitement ahead, guys, and you honestly have so much, you know, potential in all of you guys, and you've got the guidance from, you know, us two together, and we've got so much experience. But it's not just that, like, it's the commitment we've got to you as well, guys. Like, we want you to win. We're here to help you as well. And I think, you know, if you just go back and listen to Amy, like, it was just phenomenal. So yeah, that's definitely my win of the week. It was you.
Thank you so much. My win is you as well. Introducing me. And my win is all of you. Like, I'm so excited. You know, I do just want to give a special shout out quickly to Charlie and Rachel. Just a massive shout out to you two girls, for I know you've recently just joined and you're just getting off to such a great start. You're getting on the Zooms, you know, you're working your way through the getting started, you know, the 5 simple steps. And what I love about that is you can kind of go through that at your own pace, and you girls are just being amazing. Like, you're messaging me and sort of asking questions, asking for help, like what's next, like asking what should I say to this person said that, and I love that because it shows that you're doing the do, and I'm excited for you girls because it just shows to me you've got great futures ahead. So really, really proud of you. And you know, that's all I was like at the very beginning. Like, I just jumped in with both feet, and I would like message Millie and ask, you know, I've done that now, what next? What should I do now? Or, oh, Millie, someone's asked me this. What? I just wanted to double check, like, what would be the best way to reply? Or, you know, oh, I've messaged them back, they've not got back to me. Like, should I follow up? Like, how should I follow up? You know, so it's just like learning how to kind of do it as I go. So yeah, that I love that, and that's really the success of this business. Like Millie said, is about, you know, messy action. That's really how you're going to learn, is by actually speaking to people, and actually just by going through the motions of it. And the more you do it, you will get better, you'll gain confidence, because by doing it you gain experience, and by gaining that experience is how you get better. It's just like learning to ride a bike or learning to ride a horse, right? You can read a book on how to ride the horse perfectly, heels down, thumbs up. Great, I'm talking to Rachel right now, she knows. Or, you know, cycle the pedals, you know, put your hands on the handlebars, and how to do it perfectly. But until you actually get on that bike, or until you actually get on that horse, it's the only way you're going to learn, really, is by doing it. So yeah. So Mills, we wanted to give some, did you want to do the office day quick shout out for them?
Yeah, just really quick shout out to the office day. So just a massive shout out to the girls that qualified. So Lisa, congratulations, you're one of the first. Absolutely amazing. I'd like to give Lisa a shout out as well, because she also went Partner Plus in February, which is absolutely amazing. So well done. Nice paycheck coming for you on the 10th. Absolutely so excited for that. So you're coming down to London, which is going to be so amazing. We've also got Louise, so she's your upline. So we've got Lisa and Louise coming, which is really exciting. And we've also got Shafina coming. I know she's over in Pakistan at the moment, but she is coming. She'll be back, so that's exciting. So she's obviously qualified while she's over there doing all her film stuff, which is incredible. And then also Kat and Claire qualified, but they can't make it, unfortunately, due to mum commitments. Kat can't get down from Scotland, so we'll talk about that in a second. So Ames, over to you.
So massive shout out to my mum, Jeanette Turner, for qualifying. You were the first to qualify. Then we've got Camilla, who qualified over in Denmark, and Berta, who is Camilla's team member, who's qualified. And then we've got Karen. Massive shout out to you, Karen, for qualifying. I know you were messaging me, you were so excited about that. And we had to get it confirmed, didn't we, with Veronica and everything. And then Louise Rice as well. Louise Caradag on the call. You qualified as well, who I know is hoping to make it over from Ireland. Christine Castle qualified as well, but unfortunately she can't make it. But I know that she was really excited to have her post to say that she qualified anyway. And then Laura Brown as well, massive shout out to Laura Brown who qualified. And then yeah, so it's going to be amazing. The office day is just going to be, can't wait, it's going to be so good.
Absolutely love that. So there are still a couple of spaces left. So what we are open to do is whatever points that anybody else finished on last month, we are opening up to say that if you get 825 points, including your points from last month before the 14th of March, then we're going to say yes. And we're going to be able to let you come, but there's only a couple more spaces. And obviously, depending on if the other girls can come. So we need to know as soon as possible whether you girls can actually make it. But the time is now. Like, you girls who are here that haven't qualified, and there's still potential for you to come and qualify. So I'm opening my spaces up to the whole team. So whether it's Ames, like your guys, or from the wider team. So there's a couple of spaces on my side. So yeah, like the time is now, guys, that we can do this and you can come down. It's going to be such a great day. We're going to have a tour around the office. We're going to have some lovely lunch around London. We're going to do some goal setting. We're going to meet all of like the Juice Plus HQ. It's just going to be so much fun. Pretty sure they'll give out some goodies as well. They always do, don't they? Ooh.
I love a goodie bag of loads of Juice Plus samples and loads of good things. So yeah, I love that we're gonna, you know, like me and Millie kind of spoke about it, and you know, I love that we're able to kind of offer you guys the chance to still qualify by basically adding on any points that you get at the start of March onto like your February one, basically, to get to your 825. So if that's something that you want to go for, like, let us know. We can check how far off you are if you want. So yeah, just reach out to one of us and let us know, and we can, you know, make sure that you can get yourself qualified and you can come along.
Yeah, absolutely love that. So just to make it clear, so say for example, if you got like 600 points last month, you can carry that over, not in Juice Plus life, but just in the competition life. Obviously, so you'd need 225 points to obviously contribute to that 825. So we're really excited to be able to offer that to you guys. So what we're going to talk to you about tonight is just getting back to basics and being really simple about how to build your business, because this is something that I think everybody needs to do more of, because we all need to be aiming for 825 as bare minimum every single month. It is definitely something that will help you build your business, because obviously if you get a minimum amount of customers every month, they're either going to fall in love with the product and bring you referrals, or, you know, we've got this amazing £1 sign up and they might actually end up wanting to join the team to get money off their products. And when people have that chance, as you guys probably know, when you've got that business open, you almost find it easy to recommend it to people, more so than you would if you didn't have that business, because the opportunity is there. So just being able to, you know, say to people, oh, do you know what, I've actually got this product that might help you, you know, without having that business, you wouldn't say that to people. So I know there are so many people that have joined this business that have gone straight through promotions, who literally just signed up to get their money back for their products or their sign up fee back. I actually know one lady who had 2 sets of twins. She got to PMD and she said, oh, if I get my money back for my sign up, I'll eat my hat. And she did it in her first week and then ended up going PMD. So, you know, you just got to take the first few steps, and that's exactly what we're going to talk about tonight. So I'm just going to talk to you about adding to begin with, because we all know that we need to add new eyes to our social media every single day, because there's no point posting to the same eyes if you're not getting any responses, that's for sure. But what's really important to remember is that we need to build our network, because we're part of a network marketing business. So we need to build a network, and there's so many different ways that we can do that. But first and foremost, we've got to know who we are, because the best way to add people is to find people who are just like us. Okay. And there might be many, many, many different versions of you, and that's fine. And over time, what you can do is you can create like different types of avatars of who you are. For example, I'm a nutrition girl. I'm a gym girl. I used to be a Domino's pizza girl. I used to be a play center manager. I used to do all these different things. So I've got lots of different niches that I can reach out to. But what I want you to do is get a piece of paper, and this is a really old school, you know, task to do, but I do this all the time just to remind myself, you know, what is it and who am I looking for? So get yourself a piece of paper, draw a stick man or a stick woman, you know, put some little hairs on there if you want to, and then write down all the things that you are. So you can write down your name, your age. You know, when I say your name, I literally mean write down your name, because I hashtag Millie and have made friends with so many Millies. And some of you know that I went on a Millie challenge, adding Millie challenge years ago, and I got customers with the names Millie. And I just, yeah, built my network of Millies, which is crazy. But you can literally write absolutely anything down about who you are, what music you're into, what clothes that you like, what brands that you like, what food you like, what animals you like, if you've got animals at home. You know, who are you? What things do you love? Where do you hang out? Like, where do you love to go? What lights your soul up? What things are you interested in? Who are you? For example, are you tall, short? What country are you from? Are you an expat living in the UK, or are you living in a foreign country? You know, when I lived in Bali, I was hashtagging UK expat in Bali, and I met lots of people that way. So there's lots and lots of different ways that you can find people to add. And then what you want to do is go to your social media and find hashtags. So for example, you could, if you're a mum of 3, you could hashtag mum of 3 and then go and find hashtags and add those people. Okay, you can hashtag. So I'm not ginger anymore, but in my ginger phase, I added so many ginger girls, and I've got so many ginger friends now. And you know, I'm obviously still Ginger Gym Girl on my Instagram. And you know, you can really build great fun friendships, and that's what this is all about. So what I really like to do is, when I find my hashtags, is pop the people that I'm adding a little message just to introduce myself, to say hey. But I don't like to make it too informal, and I'll usually ask a question because I will have a similar interest to the people that I'm connecting with. I'll ask them a question about something they're doing. I messaged a girl yesterday about a different type of gym apparel that I've not seen before. It's a new brand, and I just messaged her and I said, girl, tell me about this new branding of gym clothing. Do you like it? Something like that. And she was like, oh my God, it's amazing. It's all I wear. Let me send you a video. And she's super chatty. So I'm building this amazing relationship backwards and forwards of a similar interest. And I know she's definitely someone that I'm going to ask the question to literally within the next couple of days. What we don't want to do is create conversations that are so long that it takes up so much time and then they end up saying no. So build a bit of a relationship, and then you can tell them you would be amazing at what we do. So adding is a great way to obviously build your network, and there's so many different ways that you can find it. But what I will say is sometimes you can fall into like a bit of a scroll hole with it. So just be careful of that, because it's easy to get in your head. Just try not to get, you know, too picky about it, and just, you know, just go out there and add people that feel right, add people that you think that you relate to. And then, like I say, go and build a really nice mutual friendship with them, because I always like to say friends before business. I think there are times where you can just message people and go, hey, listen, like, you would literally be amazing at what we do. Would you be interested in hearing how you can join our business for £1? And sometimes they say yes, sometimes you'll get ignored, but that's fine. But I do really like to do a little bit more, not of a long game, but a slightly longer relationship builder, because people then build trust in you. And I think that is definitely something and a way of social media now, because lots of people are doing different businesses and selling this and that. So I think building that relationship and taking care about the people that you're adding is a really, really important factor. And the other way to find people is obviously through things like branded pages, different types of food on Instagram. What kind of brands of clothing do you like to wear? Another thing that I really like to do, and you'll probably think I'm a bit crazy, is on my phone, I'll literally sit next to my phone and I'll say, I'm looking for nutrition courses, because we know our phones listen. And on my adverts, nutrition courses come up because I do nutrition. And then on the adverts, they'll have likes, and then I go to the likes and I go through those likes and find the people, because I know that they're interested in nutrition, so I've got something they might be interested in. So you can do that with anything that you relate to. So if you're like a mental health advocate, you can go and you can say mental health courses for entrepreneurs, and then like it'll come up. Like, honestly, like the way that your phone listens to you is crazy, obviously, or you can search it as well. So yeah, courses, adverts, and obviously authors of books. If you listen, like books, magazines, like different types of makeup, there's so many different things that you can go and, you know, find that you love. If there's a certain type of perfume, like one of my favorite fitness models is called Paige Hathaway, and I've followed her for years and years and years, and I have met so many girls on the back of us being total like Paige Hathaway like mega fans. Some have become customers, some have like been in the team, you know, so it's all about going, oh my God, like I've followed her for years, like I love her workouts, what ones have you done, can you recommend any to me? And just really building that mutual back and forward conversation. So that's how I love to add people. What about you, Ames? Do you want to add anything in?
Oh, I just want to say, like, this is just absolutely golden training right now. Like, just everything that Millie is saying is just absolutely golden. Like, it's so good, so on point, and it's literally how we have literally built our businesses to where we have, isn't it? And it's the repetition of it, isn't it, as well? So obviously as well, like Facebook groups as well is a great one. So I've, like, in my obviously wedding phase, you know, I was adding and connecting with a lot of brides to be in the lead up to my wedding, like around my wedding. I mean, and honeymoon as well, you know, like, this is what I love about this business, is that it kind of follows you with wherever your life goes. Because, you know, at the start it was all like very much horsey people, because that was my very thing at the time. So horsey groups, and but then every time that, like, you kind of, your life goes on and you do something else, you know, wedding, it adds like another way for you to connect with some new people and add and build relationships. And, you know, this business is all about turning strangers into friends and friends into family. So when the family is kind of referred to them like becoming like a customer or a team member. So it's about, you know, you've got to get used to kind of adding strangers, talking to strangers, and building those relationships and offering what it is that we do. But it is really all about getting new eyes on your social media. So pick a number, is what I always say, like, have your non-negotiable of how many people are you going to add a day on Facebook? How many people are you going to follow on Instagram every day? Like, what is your non-negotiable? Even if you just start with 10 a day on each, or 30, 50, like whatever, but make sure it's a number that you can commit to daily, and it's your non-negotiable. So what I mean by that, your non-negotiable, is that you're doing it every single day, no matter what, no matter, even if you're really busy, no matter how you feel. Because what happens is, and I would recommend you to actually put your non-negotiable as actually a bit lower, so that you can do those 10, and then you're going to be inspired to do more. And your non-negotiables is literally like you're adding your messaging, you know, the reels and stuff like that. That's like the extra stuff that's not really counted. But actually adding people every single day is one of your, you know, that's lead generation, and that is literally one of the most income producing activities. That is literally how, you know I can speak for both me and Millie, we consistently get new customers and new team members every single month, because we're consistently adding new friends and new people on Instagram. Because if you think, if me and Millie haven't been adding people for the last 10 years, we'd just have the same people on our social media. So we'd be talking to the same people will be seeing our posts all the time. As actually it's the new people you're adding that, you know, they're going to be your future customers and future team members. So it's really important. So yeah, bridal groups is a great one. I know I got Steffi, that was a connection that I made from a bridal group. I think we ended up we had like the same wedding dress, or that we had the same designer of the wedding dress. So that's how me and Steffi connected. She ended up becoming a customer, and then obviously now she's in the team. So for those of you that know Steffi, so, you know, you've also got like locations as well. So you could look up like horses in Dubai, like show jumpers in Dubai, dressage riders Dubai, for example, because obviously we're global. You can look at like what countries we are open in, and that's what I love about this business as well. It's like, you know, you can kind of also target like little pockets of like different areas or different countries as well, to just, you know, so you can, there's so much you can do with adding, but just make sure, you know, it's people that have things in common with you. So I add like a lot of Frenchy mums, it sounds something like French bulldog owners, and again, like you know, I've found lots of people through that. Like, you've got the Instagram hashtag that I look at a lot, you've got groups on Facebook, but even just like, so what I do, if I find someone and they've got a French bulldog and they're recently married and they've got horses and they're into the gym, I'm like, oh my God, this person's like ticking all these boxes. Like, this is amazing, you know. But obviously, even if they've got one of those things in common with me, that's fab. Like, if they've got a Frenchie, I've got something that I can talk to them about. And that's really what it's about. There's no point in adding someone if you've got nothing to talk to them about, you've got nothing in common, you've got no similar interests. So as long as you've got at least one common interest that you can talk about, then that's really all it's about. So I really hope that helps. So yeah, just adding people is really, really important, and just add people with things in common with you for sure.
I absolutely love that. And I'm just going to share something with you guys, which is kind of more of a advanced like kind of task to do, and it's something that I actually did with one of my girls, and it took her to SP. So basically she was a horsey girl, and we got into groups on Facebook, and I put a post up asking a question, which was something aimed at her. So I basically said, hi everybody, I'm struggling with really sore knees from riding. Does anybody else get this? And the group went nuts, and everyone was like, me, yes. And of course, we know that our omegas are amazing to help with joints. And so she went and actually built relationships with everybody on that post, inbox people, and got so many omega orders it took her to SP. So what you can do is you can partner up. Either you can do it with your upline or someone's sideline, go into a group that's of just your interest, get your partner to put up a post for you, and then they'll ask the question, and everybody that answers on there, you can start building relationships underneath them, and then you can obviously take it into the inbox and just say, look, I might have something you're interested in, take a look at this, here's some testimonials. And honestly, I've done that with a few of my girls in the past, and they've always got orders. So it's about being really clever, and it's about, you know, finding ways of helping people see what you've got. And that's something that really worked for her. She was a hunting girl and spent hours and hours in the saddle and had really sore knees. So what her problem, I posted about it and she gave the answer. So that is definitely something that you can do. It's very clever, a little bit naughty, but at the end of the day, like, we're just helping people, aren't we? So it's a really, really good one.
I love that.
Yeah, so love that, Ames. There's some really good, and the location thing as well. I always forget about that. That's a great one. I don't ever add anybody from location, so I'm going to start doing that. Thank you. The other thing to do as well is, like, when you're going to an event, like something that I've done. So say, for example, when I was in Finland, me and Sai were over there, we did some events over there in Finland and Denmark. I actually went on my phone and found local gyms and added people and said, we've got this event going on tonight, like, don't know if you're interested in fitness and health, come along to our event. And we had people come along and, again, you know, join the product. So there's always ways of finding people that you don't know that are local. Like when we go to Liverpool, I always message people and say, look, we've got this event on, you might not be interested, but come and see what it's about. So if you're ever going to an event, or if you know there's an event on, go to something like in that local area that's of an interest to you, and go and invite people. Like, another thing that I always do as well is, for example, I will message hairdressers in local areas that I'm visiting if there's an event on, and just say, look, if you're interested in like beauty from within and how to help your customers come back for more regular appointments, you know, come and listen to our health and wellness event to help your customers have better, like, healthier hair. And I get so much good response from that. That's just a really good one as well. So really think out the box. It's not just like, oh, do you want to take Juice Plus to get healthy? Like, find solutions. Like, we're a health company. So many people struggle with things like skin, hair, you know, joint pain. Find those people and say, you've got a problem, I've got a solution, do you want to hear about it? That's what we do. We've got the solution for so many problems. It's just about getting really good at telling people that we've got something, not selling. We're the middle person, and we're sharing something that they might end up wanting. We've just got to be the messenger. Okay, imagine yourself with like a megaphone, like, I've got exactly what you need, come along, come and join me. Like, that's what I do. I'm like, right, I need to find my people, where are they? I've got something. Some people are really anti, fine, you just don't know enough yet, that's fine, I'll come back to you later. Some people are like a bit standoffish, and other people are like, yeah, tell me all about it. Okay, so go and find your people, and just you've got to be like ready to receive any type of response. Okay, you've got to be ready for that. You've got to have your Amy always says, your bullshit helmet on, fasten it up, and get ready for, you know, whatever comes your way, because there are going to be people that tell you to basically piss off, and that's fine, but there's also going to be people out there that really need this and want it. And don't let the people that say no to you stop you from your journey.
Yeah, exactly. Just don't focus on those, and just remember, it's just a not now. So many people like ignored me or said no at the start, and then they watch over time, and, you know, they turn into yeses later. But just don't focus on those. Just move on to the next person. You know, like, we're not here to convince people. Move on to the next person, and just keep going. So adding then is really good. And like, even just a simple thing you can do, like, especially if you're just starting out, is obviously you've got your suggested friends on Facebook. Do you all know where that is? You've got your suggested friends on Facebook, and that will kind of bring you up with people like that Facebook thinks that, like, you've got things in common with. That's a great place to start. But always just, you know, check the mutual friends, because what you don't want to do is obviously add people that are already friends with like somebody else in the team, for example. So just I would suggest just always check that, to be honest, when adding people. But with suggested friends, check extra for that. But that's just a great way to like add people like quickly as well. I always do a bit of that throughout my day. And then like if we go on to messaging, when we go on to messaging in a minute, when I do my birthdays, my happy birthdays, I always add whilst I'm doing my birthdays, like whether it's from the profile photo or like whether it's from their friends list on their page, you know. So I'm always like, as I'm starting my messaging and doing my birthday messages, I'm doing a bit of adding there as well. And worst case scenario is, you know, when they then do accept your friend request, and you might have to do 10, you might have to add 10 people to get 1 to 3 people accept, you know, so you've got to do the numbers. So, but like worst case scenario is sometimes your friends, they're friends with you, and you, when I then come to check on my recently, you know, my recent new ads, like my recent friends, sometimes I'm like, oh, how did you get there? I don't know if I meant to add you, because sometimes it's not until that you're actually friends with each other that you then see their post properly, for example, because sometimes people's settings are private. So sometimes I'm like, oh, you're not really the person who I thought I wanted to add. Like, we don't actually have anything in common, for example. Then you can just unfriend them. So that's fine. So don't worry about it. Like, just get adding people, because then when they've accepted and you go to your recently added, and when it comes to the next stage, which we're going to talk about, you can always just unfriend them if you're thinking like, nah, you're actually not really my tribe. But again, as you do this, you'll learn by doing it. You know, you'll get better. You'll start to understand what we're talking about as we go through. So should we go on to messaging now, Mills?
Yeah, 100%.
So with your messaging, a really first thing to do is your birthdays. Your happy birthdays is really, really important. So literally what I do is I go to my Facebook and I go to the little search magnifying glass and I search happy birthdays or birthdays. I don't know how everyone else does it. I think there is a few different ways of doing it, but literally top right hand corner, you've got a little magnifying glass, search, and then I put in birthdays and it comes up like that. And then it will bring up all of your birthdays for that day. And if you scroll down, it will also bring up your birthdays from yesterday as well, and then 2 days ago and 3 days ago. So what you can, and then it also brings up your birthdays for tomorrow. So it's Angie Berry's birthday tomorrow, who's in the team. So happy birthday to Angie. It's her birthday tomorrow. So what you can do is I go and then I'll love and comment on the profile photo. This is just basic stuff, so you always want to be making sure you're doing that, like giving a compliment, asking a question, and then obviously wishing them happy birthday. And what I always recommend is to get into the inbox and actually wish them happy birthday in the messenger. So just saying like something like, hey, happy birthday, I hope you had the most amazing day. You know, did you ask a question? Did you do anything special? Did you get spoiled? What did you get up to? And then literally just send that out to everybody and go through, love and comment on the profile photo or something on their page and wish them happy birthday in the inbox, because guess what? They're going to come back to you. They're going to say, thank you so much. You have been up to this, this and this. It's a conversation opener. And when you message people, then they're a lot more likely to then see your posts. So Facebook only shows your posts to about 7% of your audience, or just social media in general, which is why you need to network, which is why you need to talk to people, this is why you need to love and comment on people's posts. This is why you need to get into the inbox and the messenger, because I don't know if you've noticed it, but when you actually speak to someone in the messenger, you see more of their posts, okay? So exactly, so that's how Facebook works. So it's gonna help you to obviously speak to people and build more relationships, but then also gonna get they're gonna start seeing your posts more. So, and also like what I do when I'm going in to do my birthdays, again, it does depend on the person's settings because they don't always have their friends there. So this person, for example, has got her friends here. And you can see like there's like a little person with a little plus sign. So sometimes I'll just go there and I'll just go, oh, you look all right. I'll just add you. And then I'll go on to the next person and do happy birthdays. And then then like this person has another one. They have their friends showing. So I'll add a few as I go. So I'm adding whilst I'm doing my birthdays. And then also like, you know, when I'm loving and commenting on the profile photo, or have a look at, you know, who the other comments are. Add a few of them. Might click on the likes and go through and add a few of them. So that's just like, so I'm naturally already, just from doing my birthdays alone, messaging and I'm also adding at the same time. Okay, so that's like step one in messaging, and that's just, you know, what we all should be doing every single day as well. And if you do miss a day on your birthdays, or you get a few days behind, that's okay, because when you go down, it's got obviously birthdays from yesterday, birthdays from 2 days ago, and you can just say to them like, hey, I'm so sorry I missed your birthday on whatever day it was, yesterday or on Saturday or on Friday or on Thursday. You know, I'm so sorry I missed it. Happy birthday. What did you get up to? Did you do anything nice? And again, like, sometimes even doing it late is better, because on their actual birthday, people are usually busy. So actually doing it a day late is actually better, because, you know, like we all know, we get loads of messages on our birthdays, don't we? And it's a bit crazy. So I actually do mine a day late. But obviously it's completely up to you. But even if you ever do miss a day, it goes back 3 days and you can go back. So that is your birthdays. Is there anything that you want to add to that, Millie?
So I do my birthdays on my laptop. So I just similarly, like, I just click on your front screen on your laptop. It will be on the top right, that's where it appears. And I just basically, I've got a message, and I will copy and paste it to each person in the inbox, but I'll change their name and make it a little bit personal to them. And I also, as well, like similarly to you, Ames, like, I unfriend people if there's any guys that, you know, I haven't spoken to for ages, because my audience on Facebook is obviously females. So if there's any men on there that I don't really know, that they're not friends from school and from my travels, then I'll just unfriend them. And I was looking at my phone, I've actually reached almost my maximum, so I've got to go through and delete people. So a really good way to delete people is to I can't remember how I just did that. Or you go to friends, and then you go to it comes up at the top. It says least interacted with up at the top here. So friends, and you can click on there, and it's the least interacted with, and it puts the least that interact at the top. And then the other one that's really good is no mutual friends, because the people that I've got no mutual friends with are obviously good to connect with. So make sure that you're not deleting the wrong people. But I've got 868 people who I haven't got mutual friends with. So really, a lot of those people are people that perhaps I've just added and never made much of a connection with. So that's a good way to kind of like make space in your network if you're like Amy and I, and you've got a really large network.
Yeah, I love that. I don't know where is that you've done. You have to maybe show us afterwards, maybe.
Yeah, so it comes under manage friends. So I think it comes up when it says, like, at the top of my when you go onto friends, it says you're reaching your limit, and I think that's why it comes up, and it says manage friends.
Okay.
And then you click on manage friends.
Okay, I haven't got that option. Maybe it's because I'm not reaching my limit yet.
Yeah.
We can have a little look. This is what we find sometimes, though. It's like different people's Facebooks like are slightly different.
Yeah.
So, but no, that's good to know, definitely. So another great way with messaging people is obviously when people like your posts, like always message them and thank them for liking, you know, thank you so much for your love of my post. And, you know, again, have a little play with this, and you can kind of build how you want. So you can literally just thank them for your post. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you're well. Like, how are you? How's things with you? And just, you know, kind of go to like build a connection. Or you can literally just say like, hey, thanks so much for liking my post on, you know, so-and-so's testimonial. I was just checking, would you like some more information, or were you just supporting? Thanks so much. So either of those, I could do a mixture of both. But definitely, you know, I like to kind of give them the option of, you know, would you like more information, or were you just supporting? It's a really, really great way to kind of chase your likes. That's what we call it, messaging your likes. So, you know, whenever people are liking your posts, you want to be messaging all of those. And, you know, it's so important, guys. Like, this is literally how you build a business on social media. And it doesn't matter, you know, it's not just Juice Plus. This is in any business. If you want to build a business on social media, is what you need to be doing. You need to be speaking to people. You can't just wait for people to just come to you. You've got to obviously speak to people. Don't be frightened to get into the inbox and, you know, thank them for liking your post. Thank you so much for watching my story. You can go to your story viewers And again, you can literally go and like message everyone who's viewed your story and say, thanks so much for following me, thanks so much for supporting me, I'm on my new journey. I'm just checking, like, would you like some more information on what it is that I'm up to, or are you just supporting me? No worries if not, I just thought I would ask. Any polls that you do, you need to be doing polls as well on your stories. So what I do is I have it so that my Instagram is connected to my Facebook. So I do my stories on Instagram and then they automatically post onto my Facebook, because I find that like doing the polls and stuff on Instagram is better. However, saying that, what's happened recently is that the polls don't actually convert over to Facebook anymore. So what I have to do is I have to repost them onto Facebook with a poll. So that's what I do if I do a poll. But some of the other things tend to work. Like if it's a slider, that will go over to Facebook, for example. So just have a little play around with it. Like I say, do some polls. You can do some Juice Plus polls, like for a testimonial, like would you like some more information? Like on on this, like skin results, and always do like 2 positives. And do some stuff with sliders, slide for more information, that sort of thing. Just have a little play around with it and see. So yeah, message in your story views, message people that are voting on your polls, your likes, your comments, just thanking people, starting those conversations. Would you like more information, or are you just supporting? Another great thing with messaging is, especially for you newbies, is literally just going, like, work your way through your friends list. So start, with your friends, you can kind of do it with like an alphabetical order. And you can just work your way through your friends. And these are going to be people that, that you might have met from school, or old friends from from years ago. And just connect with them. If you've not chatted to them in a while, just say like, hey, how are you? How's things? Tell them that you've started something new. You're really excited. And, watch out for my posts, because I'm on a new health journey and I really, really appreciate the support. But ask them how's things with them, what are they up to these days? So get into the inbox and speak to people. And obviously what I do is I have a system. So for my new ads, so when I've added my friends, once a day I'll go to my recently accepted friends list. So I'm trying to think where I find it now. So on your Facebook, this is how I find it on mine. So if you click on like your menu on the bottom right hand corner, your menu, and then you got like shortcuts, and my friends comes up here. So I just click on there, and then obviously it's got but I then go to your friends at the top, and then this is my friends. So at the top you'll see it says sort in the corner here. So if I click on sort, and then it's got newest friends first or oldest friends first. Can you see that? I know it's backwards. So with the oldest friends first, that's a really great way to kind of go back like through, when I say like go back through your A's and your B's and your C's and kind of speak to like old friends, people that have been friends with you a long time. That's where you'd want to go and find those people, because these will be the first people on the list, will be like some of your first ever Facebook friends when you started Facebook. So you can obviously start there. And again, always love and comment on the profile photo or something on their page as well when you're messaging them. But obviously with new ads, I then go to newest friends first. So this will then rearrange the list to the people that have literally just accepted my friend request. So you want to be going to these people, and again, like double checking that you're happy with them and who they are. Mutual friends, if you're happy, then love and comment on something on their page, whether their profile photo or something like that. Give a compliment, ask a question. Like if it's someone that's horsey and I can see that maybe that it's at a certain show centre that I know, then I might say, oh, like, is that at Western Lawns, for example? Or, oh yeah, like amazing jump. Obviously it'll be genuine and it'll be relatable. Again, it comes back to adding people that have things in common with you. You're going to be able to comment on things like that. So you can love and comment on a post or their profile photo. And then you want to message them and introduce yourself. So again, put together a message, and I would recommend to send this to your upline, something that you're happy with, and you can literally just say something along the lines of like, hey, thanks so much for accepting my friend request. I just came across you on Facebook. Like, I see that we've got some mutual friends, or I see that you're horsey, me too. I see that you're into the gym, me too. I see you've got a French bulldog, Me too. I see you're recently married. Me too. So I think anything else. Yeah. So I just thought it'd be great to connect. How's things with you? You know, I'm just here to spread some positivity. I hope you find value in my page. But so I have a message that I send out, and it's just a great way to kind of like introduce yourself, let them know why you've added them, because there's no point in adding friends if you're not actually going to talk to them. Okay, so you've actually got to talk to them. And I get such a great response. Like, yes, I get some people that don't reply to me. That's okay. Doesn't matter. Like, next, I'm moving on. But then I do get some great conversations with that. And also I know that people are busy and not everyone's going to reply, but I'm on their radar. Like, I've introduced myself. I've let them know why I've added them from and where and why. And, you know, I've sort of broken that ice. So at least I've spoken to them, and they're going to start seeing my posts. So they're going to start watching. So once I've done that, I write their names down. And then these are the people that I then go back to a few days later, and I offer them the business. So that's how I do my sort of business offers to my new ads. That's how I make sure that I'm speaking to new people. And I know this is a lot. I feel like this is a lot to take in, but I do have some like print offs that you guys can all go and print off. So I have this one. I've literally just got these now fresh for a new week. So this is like a connections tracker where you put the name of the person, and you only write their name down once they've accepted your friend request and once you've like sent the first message and introduced yourself. And then so you can go and print these off. This is how I run it. I also have my grids on how I like track my numbers. And then I also have one for my posts. So if you want these, let me know and you can print these off. But that's how I track that. So that's just a bit on messaging really, but just to really just keep it really simple. Happy birthdays. And you know, start messaging your likes, your story views, your comments, and start just going through your friends list. And then also like new ads, start getting a message together of how you can like introduce yourself basically.
Absolutely love that. What I've been doing as well is sometimes on birthdays, I felt a bit nervous about doing it, but I've said a couple of times to people that a few that I don't know is that I've said to them, oh, like, happy birthday, I hope you have a great day, I hope you get spoiled, do you want to treat yourself to an amazing business opportunity for £1? And I've had 2 people watch the opportunity calls, and a couple of them have said that they're going to sign up this week from that message. So just never ever hold yourself back, guys, and just say like, we've got this obviously £1 sign up, so don't forget about that. The other couple of things I'm just going to finish off with is think about, how did you find out about the business? What was the question that hooked you in? Now, how did you say yes? Because obviously that worked for you, so there's obviously going to be, you know, other people out there that works for them as well. And then second of all, just going back right to the beginning of, you know, who you are. And remember, like Amy said at the start, like, what is your vision and why are you doing this? Because sometimes, you know, we can sit there and go, I'm messaging these people and I don't really know what I'm doing. And, you know, I'm doing what Millie and Amy have said, but you've got to get clear on why you're here. What is your vision? And every single day I sit here and I look up at my vision board, I've got all my things on there, and I know that that's what I'm working towards. And I know that by helping other people, finding people to join the business, to help them reach their goals, it's going to help me get to where I want to go. So get really clear on that vision. Why are you here? You know, what will be different in your life, you know, when you get up those positions? And by staying close to the fire and getting on the calls, that is where you guys are going to feel connected and hear the stories and see how so many very, very normal people similar to us are making a massive success of this. And it's all about like the stickability, you know, even in the times where you want to stop, you keep going. Even when, you know, you're tired and you haven't added your 5, you don't go to bed until you've added your 5. And that's the commitment that you make to yourself. You know, that minimum requirement of what you've said that you're going to do. Nobody's telling you, but you will feel so accomplished when you know that you wake up the next day and you did what you said you were going to do. So yeah, I think this has been amazing. There's been absolutely amazing training here tonight. And I think, yeah, just go and take action. I think the other thing as well, what I love to do is to send voice notes. So rather than just being a messenger, you know, and putting like scripts into you know, Instagram and, you know, into the inbox, I love sending a message to complete random strangers, because it's not very common that you get that from people that are you know, offering something, but it builds that relationship instantly. And it's a bit scary, but it's great and it works all the time. And more often than not, you'll get a voice note back. So it's a really good way to build an instant relationship through a voice note. So I'm going to challenge you all to do that this week. So random people, go and send some random voice notes and see what kind of responses that you get.
I love that. And even like go back to like your, you know, your friends that you have had on Facebook from the very beginning. They might be like old school friends or an old friend from whatever it is. You know, we've all got things back in our life where we've got old friends from. You could be like, oh my God, you can send a voice on like, hey Mary, like, oh my God, haven't seen you since the Pony Club days. Like, how have you been? Like, oh my God, it's been so long. You know, like that's such a great, like Millie said, a voice note is so much more powerful. So jump outside that comfort zone. And what I want to do, just to finish off this call, is firstly, you don't have to remember all of this. Okay, this is a lot. Like we've covered a lot, but you've now got this tool. We've recorded it. You can watch this back. You can pause it. You can take notes. You've got this call now to come back to and learn. So remember, it's take one step of action and one step of learning. And then one step of action, one step of learning. So I want you to comment in the chat as we finish now. What's one thing from this call that you're going to put into action this week? Is, you know, even like one little thing that you're going to implement, that you've learned, that you're going to put into action this week. Let us know in the chat below as we finish, because that's what it's about. Like, it's not about taking everything from this call and doing everything. It's taking at least one thing away with you and putting it into action. And then where are you going to be by the end of the week? So when we then come back to next Sunday, what's going to be your win of the week and what are you going to be really proud of? And it's just about moving the needle in your business a little bit more. Voice notes, I love that. Voice notes, more voice notes. Yeah, all of us, more voice notes. Lisa says that she's going to add 5 people minimum a day. So I love that, Lisa. You got your minimum. Love that. And what I love about that is that you do your 5, and I do this so often, you're going to be inspired to do more, and you're going to be like, I'm going to do another 5. And you know, again, this business, you put it into little bits of time in your day. You could do 5 in the morning, 5 at lunchtime, 5 in your break, 5 in the evening, 5 before you go to bed. Because actually you can't actually add loads of people at one go, because you'll get a little warning on Facebook. So you actually want to do it in like little bits at a time and have a break. So set yourself a little timer, 5-10 minutes, go and add as many people as you can, and then have a break and do something else. And then a little bit later, you can do some more adding. And that's how you basically run your business. And that's how you fit it into the little bits of time in your day. We all have those little 5 minutes, couple minutes on the toilet, do a little bit of adding, you know, a little bit of calling the horse off, you know, reply to a message, little bit of adding. Like, this business is so simple. Adding, guys, literally, you just got to press that button and move that thumb.
Can I just say as well? Sorry, Ames, like that's a great example. Like when you're calling the horse off, voice note, and you can say, oh hey, like I'm just calling the horse off after, you know, a really sweaty round in the ring, but just to let you know that, yeah, blah 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 blah. Do you know what I mean? Like, and they can hear that, like it's relatable.
Love that. Exactly. And we're real people, and don't worry if you mess up. Like, you can delete the voice note and do it again, or just send it and be like, oh, sorry, like, didn't mean to do that. Again, like, be real, be yourself, come from your heart. I think if you go out there with the right intentions to help people, be yourself, you know, you're never going to go wrong, guys. So you know, you got this. It's going to be an amazing week. So yeah, amazing call, guys. So just go and put it into action. One thing at least, go and put it into action. Have an amazing week. Smash your DMOs, and we look forward to seeing you on the next call, don't we, Mills?
Should we have a picture?
Yeah, definitely a picture. Who's going to put their cameras on, guys?
Charlie, Steve, Jeanette, Joe, Wendy. Come on, let's see your lovely faces. Oh, yes, here we go. Yay!
I wonder how many people are going to do this pose, because this is like the pose.
Everyone. I want to do the heart one, but I can't because I've only got one hand.
Anyone else?
Joe, Laura, you coming on? Ready? Oh, here we go. There's Jeanette. There she is. Lovely. Oh, is Wendy there? Okay, ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Amazing, guys. It's so nice to see you all. Thanks for staying with us. I know it's been long, but I'm going to pop this onto YouTube. I'm going to pop this onto YouTube so you can have it back as a recording, listen to it again. And again, like, if you didn't listen to Friday, please go and listen to that. It was amazing. You know, you don't need any extra time to do that. Just pop it in the car when you're in the bath, or when you're doing the cleaning or whatever. So have a great week, everybody. Let's smash this, and don't forget about the incentive. It's still running, so everybody can still qualify. So let's do this. Have a great week. See you later, guys. Thanks, Ames. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye, everyone.